Among the legends of the kickboxing world, there stands the 6'4" Dutch phenom, Remy Bonjasky. There have been several unstoppable forces throughout kickboxing, but none have earned their place in the pantheon in the fashion Bonjasky has. In an iconic 19-year career, one which would see the legend win 3 K1 Grand Prix, including a resume unparalleled in the sport, Bonjasky might be the most visually striking fighter to ever step foot in a ring. With exceptional height and physique, combining with his all-world athleticism, the affectionately known The Flying Gentleman was a terror in the ring, who had conquered the elite legends of the sport. In this video, we will take a look at the great victories in the career of Remy Bonjasky, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe for more. In 2003, Bonjasky was beginning his legendary rise through the K1 world, where he met with 6'8" Swiss giant Bjorn Brecci. Bonjasky's speed and agility took over the fight in the third round, flattening Brecci with a monster combination, and what followed was a terrifying flying knee, resulting in a corner stoppage.
Doch, dass sich die kämpferische Klasse von Bonjasky durchsetzt. Dann geht Bjorn Brecci zu Boden nach dieser Trefferserie. Hart schlägt die rechte ein und auch die zu setzen. Das eingesprungene Knie und das... Nein, es war noch nicht das Ende für Bonjasky. Das Abwinken, das bezog sich nur darauf, den Schweizer nicht anzuzählen, der jetzt aber wankt und kurz vor dem Ende.
Hongman Choi was the next icon on the conveyor belt of brutal victories for Bonjasky. In November 2005, the Dutch icon would take on the Korean Colossus Choi. Bonjasky took Choi the entirety of the fight, and his speed was once again on show, taking the giant apart for a unanimous decision victory.
Flying Gentleman,
Remy Bonjasky in 2008 was at his most brutal best once more in his showdown with Melvin Manhoef in Amsterdam. Bonjasky from the outset was too big and fast for Manhoef, who was immediately overpowered.
Ловил сейчас. И хай-кик справа. Колено. И Manhoef.
It was in the third round of the bout where Bonjasky unloaded 2 monster head kicks on Manhoef, dropping the challenger twice.
Стически по накалу. И через руку хай-кик справа. Вдогонку.
Remy was uber explosive in this sequence. Manhoef had zero response to Bonjasky's merciless assault. Bonjasky, after dropping 6'3" Australian Peter Graham to the floor in Tokyo, Japan, after a brutal knee, had completely obliterated Graham after landing a huge kick to Graham's head. The knockout was a classic example of Bonjasky's athleticism, while his strength had Graham on the back foot for the majority of the bout beforehand. In 2004, a historic clash of the titans took place in Tokyo, Japan. Remy Bonjasky would take on fellow Dutch legend Ernesto Hoost. Ernesto Hoost is likely considered the greatest kickboxer ever, and before Bonjasky hit the kickboxing world, went largely unrivaled for most of his career, dominating the sport in the 90s and early 2000s. Hoost was closing in on the end of his career, with Bonjasky fit and firing, entering his prime. Both fighters would exchange position on multiple occasions during the fight, and after 4 rounds of action, Remy Bonjasky had secured the greatest victory in his career with a decision over Ernesto Hoost. At the K1 Grand Prix in 2002, Remy Bonjasky had one of his great knockout sequences against Petar Maestorovic. Remy dropped the challenger to the floor early in the fight.
Kick und den muss Maestorovic voll nehmen und dann geht er zu Boden. Wie ist das nochmal an? Auch Bonjasky holt diesen wieder auch auf die Beine zurück.
As the fight was coming to a close in the 4th round, Bonjasky landed one of his outstanding high leg kicks to the Croat's head, dropping him to the canvas in a violent fashion.
Was für ein Kick, 27 Sekunden in dieser Runde geht Maestorovic zu Boden und Remy Bonjasky holt sich.
In 2003, Bonjasky was at his most aggressive best. His speed and brutality disorientated Cyril Abidi on several occasions before sending the challenger to a technical knockout loss in the first round of the fight. Remy Bonjasky vs. Gary Goodridge in 2006 provided the kickboxing world with one of the most brilliant knockouts behind an unstoppable multi-combo sequence flattening Goodridge. Remy Bonjasky would take on Vernon White and produce 2 knockdowns, displaying his elite kicking athleticism, dropping White not once, but twice in brutal succession in the first round almost immediately.
Vernon White certainly has the mixed martial arts experience and grappling.
White's definitely doing the right thing though, in his unorthodox style.
A knockdown.
I think you're right. No, they're not going to.
I think it was the first kick that hurt him. Roundhouse kick to the body. White looks like he is hurt. Here it is again. You see the timing. Now he just clipped his head with that one, but the one before that.
Maguchi said, fight! Oh my!
Oh, just clipped him up on the right temple.
Remy Bonjasky, amidst his brutal reign as the kickboxing conqueror, would take on giant power fighter Akebono. Bonjasky would land one of the most brutal head kicks of all time on the monster's 6'8" Akebono, destroying him in a completely outrageous fashion, earning Bonjasky serious notoriety as a giant slayer in the kickboxing realm. And if you enjoyed that video, feel free to like and subscribe for more fighting sports content. Thanks for watching.